Hello everyone. In today's lesson, we're going to be talking about related rates, a essential calculus aspect that you need to know. So, related rates is basically solving real world problems with calculus, and there aren't essentially problems you would necessarily find when you, I guess, when you're in a specific job or anything, but it's tying closer to what you might experience in real life. So we're gonna do a relatively simple example. Pretend there is a wall and then there is a ladder leaning off this wall. And since the ladder isn't put at a proper angle, I guess, it's sliding down at 1 meter per hour. And then you're given, let's say, the height, the base of it, and how long the ladder is. And what you want to find is what rate is it sliding to the right. So what is this one? So how do we solve a question like this with calculus? So what we do essentially first is that we know that these variables are changing. So let's call this the height, and this is the base. The height and base changes. But what we know that stays consistent is the length of the ladder. So we can model an equation b squared plus h squared equals 5 squared. And since we're trying to find out the rate it is sliding in relation to the ground, you're finding the derivative in relate to time of the base. So you take derivative of both sides, so that would be in t. So db times db over dt plus 2h times dh over dt. We're taking the derivative of these two sides with respect to t. Now we can just plug in our variables. When it's 4, so what we know that the base is 4, so that would be 4 2 times 4 would be 8 times dv over dt, which is what we're trying to solve. Plus 2 times h will be 2 times 3, 6 times dh over dt. It tells you already it's 1 meter per hour, so that will be just 1, but we need to know since it's sliding downwards, that would be -1, which is equivalent to 0. So then we just isolate dp over dt, which will be 6 over 8, which will be 3 over 4 meters per hour. That is the rate the ladder is sliding to the right. So that is a relatively simple related rates problem, and you're gonna be seeing many related rates, but they all have a a method to solve them, which is first you find the equation, find the basic equation. Second, you take the derivative of that equation that you found, and then you plug in the variables that they give you inside. So this is just one of numerous examples in related rates.